Hello and welcome to the Arizona Wildcats Show. I'm Michael Leb. This is Zack Rosenblatt. This is John Gold. We're all with the Arizona Daily Star. We're all wearing very similar shirts for some reason.
Wait, what? You guys have been wearing the same shirt as me the whole time?
Yeah.
You guys shop at JCPenney's? Or?
This is from Banana Republic, actually. If they'd like to send me some free swag, that would be great. Anyway, we're here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, where Arizona has just lost to UCLA 45-24. Lots to talk about in this game. Let's start with the quarterback situation. Brandon Dawkins gets hurt in the first half. Apparently a rib injury. Has to come out of the game eventually. Zach Rosenblatt's in there for a while. Then finally, RichRod turns to Khalil Tate. I'm going to start with you, John Gold.
Yeah.
What did you think of that decision to bring in Tate, burn the red shirt? Kind of a desperate act by RichRod trying to win a football game.
You just said the word desperate, and Arizona is desperate, so I think you can justify it. I think you can explain it. I just don't think it's the right decision. You certainly don't bring that freshman in on the second drive after Werlinger did nothing on the first. You bring him in at halftime if you're going to do it at all. You do it. You really give him the keys to the car. You don't just say, hey, here, drive real quick. If you're going to make this decision, and again, this is a lifetime decision. This isn't a one-game decision. If this is really going to impact this kid forever, and if you're going to make that call, you got to make it, and you really have to go forward with it, and we'll see if they do.
Yeah, it was a little puzzling that he didn't start him immediately in the second half. It would seem like that would be the logical time to do it, but he seemed really stubborn about it. Like, I'm going to try to resist pulling the red shirt off him as long as I can, but when it became apparent that Werlinger just couldn't move the ball, he turned to Tate.
0 for 5 passing.
0 for 5 passing.
I mean, he had a walk-on in his first real action.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of walk-ons and fourth stringers and desperation, Zach, I'm going to ask you, running back-wise, here we are again. Nick Wilson tries to play, can't last the game, gets hurt again. Terrell Johnson kind of forced into that position. I mean, what did you see when you're looking at the running backs out there?
Well, I just think at this point they can't expect Nick Wilson to be healthy because he hasn't proven that he can last a whole game, let alone multiple games or a season. And I just think at this point you just kind of have to hope for the best with him. And Tyrell showed some flashes. He certainly seems to be getting more comfortable in the role. He had, I think, 77 yards, something along those lines. But I mean, their best running back might be Khalil Tate at this point. And so if Brandon Dawkins is healthy, we don't know his status, then maybe they just have some packages ready for Tate now, that since they know that his red shirt's burned and you can play him, so why not give him the carries?
Yeah, it was interesting that suddenly Terrell Johnson became more effective when Khalil Tate went into the game. I don't know if that's because UCLA was backing off their defense, and trying to protect against big passing plays, or because Khalil Tate is just a really good running threat and a guy who knows how to run the read option.
I mean, I think you can say that Tate looked better at quarterback tonight in a lot of ways than any Arizona quarterback has looked all year. Anu Solomon struggled very much early in the season. Brandon Dawkins has definitely shown flashes, but Tate really not only showed a command of the offense, I mean, he threw some dimes. I mean, he was distributing the ball, he was running the ball. I think on the first series, he had something like 59 yards rushing. Second series, he goes, or something like that. Second series, he goes 4 for 4 for 59 yards with a 31-yard touchdown. I don't know if you can seize a game. I don't know if you can seize a starting position when you were the fourth guy to start the season based on, less than a half. But I think he looked better than anyone has. And you're right, the running game opened up, certainly when he was in.
Crazy part is he's only 17 years old and he showed composure of a guy who is as old as Brandon Dawkins. I thought that was really impressive.
He obviously has a lot of talent and a lot of the skills that you want to have in a RichRod offense. I'm interested to see what he could do when teams have a week to game plan for him, when the game isn't out of hand, when he has to throw the ball more than he did tonight. Anyway, once again, Arizona falls to UCLA. That's 5 in a row now, every single time under RichRod. You used to cover this team. What is it about this matchup, John, that just seems like Arizona just hasn't been very competitive at all under RichRod against the Bruins?
I think it's very fair to say that Arizona is UCLA's Stanford, right?
Right.
Okay. Stanford kills UCLA every time they play, and you wonder why it happens, and it might just be, a combination of style. I think it's a combination of style and a combination of toughness. Arizona lost 2 years ago here, 17-7. Just labored through the game.
4 years ago it was 66-10.
So. Yeah, true.
Tonight was better than that.
3 years ago we saw the debut of Miles Jack turning into Chuck Norris with that ridiculous six carry 120-yard game. Jim Mora has RichRod's number. David Shaw has Jim Mora's number. Chris Peterson has David Shaw's number. I mean, where does this end, right? Does Arizona eventually beat No, they've already lost.
No,
so I guess that runs
lost.
out. But look, Arizona certainly doesn't have the recipe that they need to beat UCLA.
Right, and you would think after Arizona played so well against Washington last week, and then Washington killed Stanford, maybe they would have had a good chance tonight, but it didn't materialize. The injuries obviously had a lot to do with that, and we'll have to sort through all of those injuries, including some guys on the offensive line, linebacker.
Well, the good news is that
it comes out on Thursday, so you can wait till
I was
that.
going to say, the good news is that RichRod loves talking about injuries, so you guys are going to have a lot to talk about this week.
It's going to be a fun week, as it always is. Anyway, that's our show for tonight. This is Zack Rosenblatt, John Gold, Michael Lev. You can check out all of our work at Tucson.com. Thanks for watching.